You are now watching The Lone Blown. Blown! Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? You're back here at The Lone Blown. That's me, Zach Lesage. Word to all y'all. Make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe. I won't try to hit you up with all those subscriptions right here. Be like, please subscribe, please subscribe. But honestly, it would mean a lot if you could watch some more of the content. Really appreciate it. Today we're going to be going over Fire Toolbox. And it's one of those decks where I'm actually, you wanna know what? I'm just going to keep it the way it is. It works with a different bunch of attackers. Or a bunch of different attackers. I mean, that's not an attacker. That just can handle situations. And they all get powered up with Welder, essentially. Welder powers up these Pokemon. They're all good to attack. Ninetales brings them up. And then you kind of look for situations where you could attack with these different Pokemon. First things first, I do not play Reshiram and Charizard GX in this deck. I don't think that card can keep up with our current metagame. Because of just VMAX, like Dragapult VMAX, it does nothing against that deck, unfortunately, in my opinion. And I think that's mostly why this deck has fallen off a little bit. I'd rather just be powering up a Heatran-GX as quickly as possible. Other things that I don't have in here, I wouldn't mind having Pokegear. I think Pokegear is a really cool card in this deck, but that's something for all of us to experiment. This deck largely is available after rotation. You lose Turtonator, Victini Prism Star, and Heat Factory, and Escape Board, and Fiery Flint. But a lot of those cards are replaceable as well. So this is what I think about the deck. I think it's pretty cool. I came second at International Championships in Australia with this deck, so I know a thing or two about it. So I don't want to waste too much of our time. Let's jump into the next. Let's jump into a game. Okay, so our opponent's going to call the coin flip. Hopefully we can go. I think we actually want to go second. No, we'll let our opponent go first. We are playing a Welder deck, so we do want to get that Welder going off as quickly as possible. We don't necessarily even have to Welder the Pokemon that we want to, because both Turtonator and Heatran-GX can manipulate where our energies go. Or when our opponent's playing Mewtwo and Mew GX, this might actually be okay. See how it goes. This is actually the deck that I lost to in the finals of the International Championships, interestingly enough. So maybe I'll get a bit of a rematch here. Maybe it's a different deck. Maybe they're playing the Ultimate version. Yeah, it looks like they're playing the Ultimate version. I think that version's okay for us. This card is the most colorful rainbow rare I've ever seen. So there's their energy. See what they do here. I'm just gonna pitch these two fire energies because we all have fire energies in our discard pile as well. Just gonna Welder onto the Vulpix. So sad, so sad. I'm gonna go Pokemon Communication here. Grab out a Volcanion. Just go switch there, and let's go Dedenne-GX. I'm just going to leave that there for right now. I'm going to go Flare Starter, attach another 3. So we attach our 6 energies on our first turn. So I think it puts our opponent a little bit in a tough spot, because we're going to be able to knock out their Mewtwo, Mew, GX to draw 3 prize cards on our second turn of the game. And at that point, we could just follow it up with a couple 2-shots. We only have 2 prize cards or less Pokemon in this deck. Their deck largely is a tag team deck. There's the Alolan Big Rat, Big Cheese Rat. They use this when they're playing against control decks to go chuck away. They can discard cards from their hands, and it doesn't cost them any energies, so they can attack for free. They got Cragonal too. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about the Cragonal. but we'll see how it goes. I don't know if they discarded just too much stuff or what's going on, why they searched out the Crag and all. Even they go as far as attaching an energy for their turn, an Aurora energy. What are they doing with their hands? I'm fine if they go Frozen Lock. We're just going to attack them. So here I'm just going to go Welder there to get some more stuff going on. I don't really think it matters what we do here. Let's just go for a high heat. Let's put Jirachi down at this point. We have another Pokemon in our hands. Let's go high heat blast. We're going to take the prize card. Which sets us up really nicely as well, because we could get a prize card there, 3 prize cards there, that puts us at 4, then 2 prize cards on the Dedenne-GX. So I think that sounds really good for us. The Marnie largely doesn't matter either. I'm just a little confused here as exactly what's going on. Because I think they're just trying to go for Solgaleo GX here. Like this one. So search your deck up for 5 energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. That seems like the play. Yeah, they're just going to get knocked out. You can even get Cramorant and just snipe their Pokemon. Three, 4. If we can get a Ninetales out, we could just get knockout. I don't know why they attached that energy there. That's wild to me. So let's go Pokemon Communication. Let me get a Dedenne-GX here. Might as well just attach an energy here. We're going to switch into the Jirachi. We could lose an energy. That's fine. Gives us more options. We're going to go ahead and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. It's really not that much else. Let's see what we can get off this. So we did get the escape word, which means that we could still retreat. Let's see what Stellar Wish brings for us. Just grab a Welder. I don't see any reason why not to grab a Welder. Go Pokemon Communication, discard. Yeah, let's just go for it. Now we do have to be careful because those look like it's going to be our only energies left. Let's just go ahead and retreat here. And we're going to absorb as many energies as we possibly can. To the point where we get the knockout. So we need to have 6 energies. And that's a knockout with our GX attack here. So we're going to go Hopburn. We have game next turn with Cramorant, which we now have it in our hand. So if our opponent doesn't Marnie Reset Stamp us, we would just win the game naturally. And I mean, our chances are pretty good because they haven't taken a prize card yet. What are they going to do with their 5 energy attack, though? The Marnie's a little bit weird there for us. But that's okay, like, we can get out other things too. It's really not that big of a deal. Oh, they're gonna draw an extra prize card with Greedy Crush. So that's interesting. So they have 5 energies attached to them. 5 times 3, 150, 240. So we can't get the knockouts. But we can reset stamp our opponent. There's a Welder. Let's see what Stellar Wish brings us. I'm gonna go Quick Ball. Send up another one. We're just going to retreat there as well. I don't see any reason not to attack, but at the end of my turn with Volcanion, just going to reset stamp. Hopefully our opponent doesn't get a boss orders or something like that. Their Marnie really hurt our hands. So let's go High Heat Blast. We're going to put them up to some more damage. And if they get the boss orders, I mean, or a Great Catcher, they got us. That's fine. It totally happens. And I mean, Mewtwo Mew is not the greatest matchup. Our everything else was fine. It's just the reset stamps. The reset stamp killed us this game. Okay, there's Greedy Crush. No, they have 210 HP. RIP. So the question is, how are we ever going to make this happen? Let's see, like Stellar Wish even. I don't know if the Quick Ball is going to really help us here. Let's go Pokemon Communication. No, we do have access to the Dedenne. I mean, we're not going to be able to attack this turn at all to win the game. So let's do this. Let's go Quick Ball away. This, get some clutter out of our deck. We're not ever using the Jirachi. Let's get out another card out of our deck. We're not going to be using... Turtonator this game. Just grab that. It sucks that we have to let go of all of our resources and our bench is completely logged here. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And we're going to pass. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have win, or they just take the knockouts. I don't know if they have anything crazy going on in their hands. You didn't see that they had win in their discard pile either. There's Jirachi in their discard pile. Like, our opponent realistically doesn't need to knock out our Pokemon. They can just eventually try to knock out a Dedenne-GX and they'd win the game. But largely it doesn't matter. They either identify that or they don't. Because the way that our bench is just logged with resources, we can't play down another Pokemon to win the game. Depends if they get... They don't have the Naganadel. Yeah, so they lost the game. Likely. We'll see exactly how it goes. We just need to get another energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 energies. 7, 8 energies. 240 plus the 60. Where we could do a lot more damage here. Let's just go for the full knockouts. We don't need the switch. There's nothing in play that would stop it. So let's just go for the Victini Prism Star. So I mean, really close game by our opponent, but they shouldn't have attacked us. Didn't show the well played, but we got the big knockout. We take those. Let's go. So you saw we were able to take down that game. Like I said, we didn't have any issues with Welder. We started with a little bit of a weaker hand, but we were able to get out 6 energies on our first turn, getting a knockout. One big thing that we had an issue with was kind of clogging up our bench with too many resources, and I think, not like resources, I should say like Jirachis and stuff like that, I probably could have done with one less Jirachi on my bench. So that's a personal problem on my behalf. I was the one that almost trapped us in the game. Overall, I think this is a really cool deck. It seems like it's going to be strong next format because it doesn't really lose too much. So maybe experiment with that a little bit as well. Because we do gain things like Turbo Patch for Heatran-GX to get some big knockouts. So, do I think this deck's awesome? Yeah, I do. I think it's really cool. Is it necessarily the best deck in the format? Probably not. Not anymore. Nor do I think it ever was the best deck in the format. I think it's a really good metagame call at times, so pay attention for decks like this in the future, because they typically do well when your opponent least expects them. That being said, I really appreciate y'all watching up until this point. You wanna know what? Be sure to check out the list in the description, or description, whichever way it is on YouTube, up, down, whatever. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day. Peace out. Really hope that you enjoyed watching that video. I totally enjoyed making it. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like the video, share the video with everyone that you know, and subscribe to the channel as well. Totally appreciate all the support. We got a lot of cool things happening on the channel, so stay tuned for more. Be sure to check out the social links in the description. Thanks, and have yourself a great one.